If you feel that your aim is just a little off in Black Ops 6, or you just know deep down that you could be shooting straighter and hitting more shots and getting more eliminations, I promise you will benefit from this video. After playing for a few days now, here are some small adjustments that I have made that made my aim significantly better. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. If you have anything to add, do not hesitate to drop your ideas down below. Now, I do want to add, I am in no way saying these are the end-all be-all settings for you in Black Ops 6. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. And there are multiple different factors, such as the controller you are using. Something that we don't talk about enough is the different controller ergonomics and how it sits in your hands. This matters more than you might think. But enough of me bumping my gums. Let's go ahead and dive into the settings here first, and then I'll show you guys a drill that I kind of started doing to improve my aim at the end of the video. The first thing I want to touch base on is a controller vibration. Ideally, you do want this off, especially if you are really struggling with your aim. Needless to say, adding vibration to anything can hinder stabilization. But if you are a knucklehead like myself and you still want to have some kind of vibration, you can adjust the controller vibration intensity. I used to run this on 50% in previous CODs, but like a lot of you, I am still getting the hang of Black Ops 6 as well. So I lowered the vibration intensity to 30. Now let's scoot on over to the aiming tab. Go to advanced settings, and this minor change right here changed my aim like night and day. Where it says ADS sensitivity transition timing, by default, this will be gradual. Change this to instant. I promise this is a huge deal, guys. And as far as the aim response curve type, I personally play on dynamic, but standard is still really good as well. Give both of them a try and make the decision on which works best for you. But again, I am not saying you must be using these settings, and if you're not, you're bugging, bro. Give both of them a try and see what works best for you. Now, corner slice, there is a note here that says it does not affect your aim, which is true, it does not, but I am personally not a fan of it at this time, probably because it is a brand new feature, but it does kind of play mind games when you are turning those corners that I do not think are very necessary, and I'm not telling you to turn this off. Again, I'm just being 100% transparent with you guys about my settings here, but if you think you'll do a better job with this feature off, I 100% co-sign this. Now let's navigate over to the graphics settings. Ideally for display mode, you want this on full screen exclusive if you are on PC. Right now I have this on full screen borderless just because I am recording this video, and I'm swapping between 3 monitors here. Having this on full screen exclusive, if you are a PC player, this will allow you to get the most FPS possible while in game. Now going over to the quality tab, ideally you want the graphic preset as low as possible and then make adjustments from there. Again, allowing you to get the most FPS possible for all of our PC players out there. Frames win games, guys. And while we are on this topic, if you have anything running in the background that you do not need to be running, turn it off. Maybe you have Cornhub on your second monitor and you are watching cheeks get clapped in 4K. Turn that shit off, your frames are getting clapped. But seriously though, after I open up Call of Duty from the Battle.net app, I close the Battle.net application after COD starts running. And if you have anything else open that might affect your frames, turn it off. Now let's scoot on over to the view tab. And the motion reduction preset, I have not experimented with this yet, but I do think it eliminates a lot of that visual distortion. Field of view is personal preference. I know there are some guys in the community, maybe streamers or pro players, that will say a certain FOV is the best FOV. But I promise you guys, I keep saying it, use what you think works best for you. There are not all of these things and features in the game for it to only be used one way. You are also going to want both world and weapon motion blur off, again, causing some visual distortion that is pretty distracting in all honesty. Yes, it looks cool, but you are putting yourself at a competitive disadvantage if you have these on. And for first-person camera movement, you want this at 50%. This is cohesive with getting rid of that motion blur distraction that we just talked about, clearing things up on the map in-game for you. Now, let's go over to the interface and scroll down to crosshair. Go ahead and click on crosshairs and turn it on static. If it is just on crosshair, it will kind of move around, inherently making it to where you aren't quite centered. And this matters so much more than you may think. And while we are over here, I recommend changing your center dot scale to largest. This way you will be hyper focused on where you are centering. And the thing is, a lot of the time, it's not your aim that is off, it's your centering. Crosshair spread, I recommend leaving this off. Crosshair opacity 100%, but there is this cool new feature where you can now change the color of your crosshair in Black Ops 6. I don't know about you guys, but it just became so easy to kind of look past the white crosshair. So I do think it's cool that we were able to change this and make it pop a little bit more. Lastly, while we are talking about centering, here is a little drill that I started doing the day the game dropped. Go to the shooting range and literally pick a target, move around a good bit while you are trying to keep your centering on target. Go ahead, knock the target down and switch to another target. Do this for a few minutes every so often, even if you're just in a lobby waiting for your friends to finish taking a shit, or if they're changing diapers or whatever. Do this and you will be surprised how the muscle memory works in your favor. Once again, if you guys have anything to add, do not hesitate to drop it down below. If you made it to the end of the video, I'll drop 2 more videos for you on the screen right here. And consider subscribing if you dug the content. Thank you all for your time. All y'all take care, and I'm out.